Hello everyone, a very good afternoon. Welcome to Startup Lanes family. Hope you all are doing great. So let me introduce myself. I'm Astha, Community Manager from Startup Lanes. We have waited for a long time, so I hope we should start now. Let me give you a quick introduction about our company. I'm the CEO of a place where for angel investors and also for ventures capitals to find investing opportunities in potential startups. So Shishir Gupta is a founder and CEO of Startup Lanes. Just a second. Okay, sorry. He has more than 20 years experience of business and in different domains. He is an international consultant for venture capital and startups, having global rank of 12 by Clarity.fm. Firstly, he's a technique with an inventor mindset. He has been involved in innovating development software applications since earlier 1997. He has been investing in startups as an angel investor since 2015. He is an MBA in finance, lawyer, and Bachelor of Commerce. So this was a quick introduction about our company and the CEO of our company. Let's know about the rules and regulations. So let's start with the rules and regulations of this meeting. Firstly, you all have to. I will be your host and the moderator for today's panel discussion event on engaging employment, how to engage in employment. So let me give a quick mention of the rules. So firstly, I request you to keep your cameras on and raise your hand before speaking and wait for your turn to speak. And then just a second, I'm adding more 2 to 3 people. Okay, so keep your microphones off when another person is speaking, and if anyone has any question, please mention in the chat box simultaneously. I thank you all in advance for abiding by rules. Let's start the event. So firstly, who is going to answer the panel? Like, who is going to speak on the topic? So today, as you all know, we have the topic how to improve employee engagement. So who's going to start the discussion?
You are supposed to ask a question.
Ma'am, now we can hear you. Yes, what are you saying?
You are supposed to ask a question, is it?
Yeah, actually it's a panel discussion. So we can have a question answers or a discussion on how employees engagement can be improved, can be done effectively, ma'am.
Yeah. So I would like to know what activities we can do employee retainment besides their work. What other things we should let them and be engaged on?
Okay, so I think Mr. Devbag is raising his hand. Sir, yeah, you can speak.
Ma'am, firstly, thank you for having me on this, but I am a little confused.
Yeah.
Can you help me understand what is the expected outcome of this discussion?
Okay, so the expected outcome of this discussion is like we have a topic for employee engagement. So we have here our panel discussion. We have a panel guest here who will be discussing about the topic and who will be giving us the ideas for improving ourselves, like how we can improve employment engagement. So the topic of this discussion is this, like how employees engagement can help us to improve our business venture or anything. I hope you
Okay,
got
I
it.
have one more question.
Yeah.
So if this is the panel,
Yeah.
Sujata Agarwal and all of us are the panel, who's learning?
Okay, so not everyone, like who is learning is the thing. This case, everyone is not here a panel. We have 2 to 3 people in this panel. They are going to have the discussion. They are going to start the discussion, and you all like and others are audience, so they can ask what they want to.
Okay, can you also give me one last thing? Who is the panel? Who are these 2-3 people?
Okay, so these 2-3 people, 1 and 2 have joined. Let everyone join. We'll let you know about them also. So I hope there is some network issue with them, so they are joining. Once they join, we'll let you know about that. So.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Any idea who are the people who will be discussing?
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. I'm Shishira from Startup Links as well. I'm another committee member here. Well, this is an open discussion wherein we don't have any panel speakers in prior. So we can discuss and someone can give in their inputs so that if anyone has any questions, they will be answered by you or any person who's talking over here. So we don't have any speakers in prior. So you can start off the discussion. If you have any ideas or any inputs that you can give in that are very knowledgeable and insightful for us, we can take this forward. And we are open for the discussion.
So my question was, what are the activities which can be given to the employees besides work?
Okay, this was your question.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, do we have any speakers who can answer on this or any inputs that can be given here?
This is another
Please unmute
question.
your
I
mics
would
and
like
go ahead.
to
make the question in the sharing. We'll all able to see that question, right? Just share the question properly in the slide, right?
Okay. Sujata ma'am, if it's possible, you can just write in the chat box or I'll do it on behalf of you.
I'll do it. No problem.
Yeah, great.
I also have a question. I'm
Sure,
going to type it.
Can I respond to Sujata's?
Sure. Please go ahead. And if possible, you can please
this is
open your
another
mics as well. It would actually be helpful if you could on your camera.
Open your cameras. Yeah.
Do that one.
I guess Anand live as it is going to answer Sujata's ma'am question. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
great. Thank you so much. Please go.
Yeah.
Basically, when I saw this post on WhatsApp, I was looking to learn something new which I have not seen, but here it's gone into a different mode altogether. I feel it's a good advantage for us to express ourselves and improve ourselves. My stand about employee engagement is that it should not be taken up as a separate subject. So employee engagement is a part and parcel of a HR activity that starts from the day the interview call is given till the day the final sign-off for the person is given. Until then, he is a part of the organization, and the HR has to ensure that inclusiveness is something which is something which has to be felt by the employee. He is a part of the organization, and HR has a responsibility to make that happen. So it's not that we have a lot of superficial activities happening, like Friday evening fun or some trainings that can be given or some motivational activities that can be done. But all these things are completely superficial. What makes an employee engagement complete is when the person is feeling like he is a part of the organization and nothing can separate him from what he is and the organization is. This is my stand. Anybody wants to respond on this stand, can do so, please.
So Anand, actually, we all, yeah, in the pandemic when it is virtual, the activities become little difficult. Otherwise, we used to have activities in the office, like, yeah, so like we had many competitions and things like that. So here when I joined in a view to learn in this current situation what we can do to our employees to make them mentally happy also. That is also important, to have a relaxed time, fun time. So what are the things that we can do?
Okay, so if you allow me, can I just give a couple of things that we are doing?
Sure, sir, you can.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, maybe most of us are aware that since from past 18 months we are still virtually working, and it has been very difficult for to build a new relationship with the new employees. So it's not about the existing employees. So somehow existing employees, they know the trust and relationship that is already been between the employees and even the management. However, there have been too many people even who has joined newly to the organization, right? So this is the moment. I mean, culturally, any organization, like every organization has their own culture, and to make them culturally what we are, to make them aware, I think that it makes very difficult, right? So what we have done is maybe the induction that we used to have earlier used to be a day induction or a 2-day induction, but now we have made it as little more in depth, right? Though virtually, we want to go it very slowly, understand them better, tell them what we are doing, right? So one change that we had done in the part is about the hiring process itself. We make them very, very comfortable, very hospitalized, so that they know that they are in the right place, right? So this is how we are keeping initial engagement, to just keep their energy very high, that this is where the place where they can trust and they can be over there. So that's one thing which we are doing. And apart from that, when we were in office, we used to do celebrations every month, one or the other team activities, right? But now as Shruti, the other organizer, where she was saying that it's been difficult that we cannot do any team activities right now physically or anything on the floor, right? Yeah, but instead of that, at least we could try some of the online virtual games that we can do, like drawing together, making some puzzles, playing Kahoot. So Kahoot is a very nice game where we can bring some online quizzes or questions or something, right? So this is how we are doing, engaging at least. Actually, we work in a sprint way, and then we do this every alternate Fridays, right? So a fun time every alternate Fridays for 30 minutes, right? That's a good engagement between all the employees. So, and even we can see in this today's meetup, most of us have not turned on our cameras, right? So maybe some agreements, right? Some agreements among ourselves, making virtually, because I feel like I'm speaking to computer but not to the people, right? So making some agreements or some ground rules saying that, okay, let's all turn on our cameras, let's see visually, right? So if you bring at least this, we know we are speaking to person and we know they are receiving, so at least we can visually see each other. So that's one best part which we can do. And some other fun activities what we can bring in is call off your families, maybe bring every family to the videos, have a short discussion, right? So these activities, I think we should keep doing on. It's not like we are bringing work to home. Actually, we are taking our work to home. Actually, it's not like we are working from home. So because the work which we have to do is supposed to do in office, we are bringing it to the home actually, right? So the home plays an important role here, and never be embarrassed or feeling bad about keeping on our videos, thinking that we feel something embarrassed or something. There is nothing wrong, because that is how it should go actually. So some ground rules we should set up ourselves, be open about virtual communication, and some fun activities of online should help us to communicate each other more often. We should try to do a video calls, because that's the only way which we can try to see each other. There is no other way right now. So I think we should start living with that, because this is not even though there is an end of pandemic, we will still continue to work from home. maybe a hybrid style or hybrid structure will still continue. 80% or 60% will still start working from home itself. Most of the organizations have been making this change. They are already they have announced. There are some companies who announced a full 100% work from home. They can continuously they can work from home itself, right? So this is never going to end. I think the only way we had to keep engaged is help having more video calls, make them more active, involved in some of the activities, doing some online activities, set up some workshops, set up some technical sessions, have these kind of multiple platforms where people are engaged, they see each other, they talk to each other, know each other. Yeah, this is how I think we can keep the engagement. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for your inputs. I have seen Mr. Devbag raising his hand. So yeah, you can.
And I'm open for any questions. If you think if there is anything that we can discuss on, please feel free to.
Oh, sir, we'll do that.
This is Anand here. Sorry. Go ahead.
Mr. Devbag, are you there? Okay, I am not seeing him. Okay, Mr. Anand, you can continue.
So actually, Guru was talking about engagement pre-COVID and post-COVID, and we all know that right from the age as we were little kids, touch and feel has been our sense of connecting with everyone around, and that is completely cut off. And living in a virtual world is not everybody's cup of tea, and people cannot express themselves in a virtual world. And there are chances that people might get into depression or they might get into stress if they are not able to even understand or even recognize. Only when you recognize, you will be able to treat it. So there is a lot of emphasis that the HR needs to give on connecting. Guru spoke about consistent engagement. So one of the activities which I used to work with a company called Eco Rent a Car, and this company had a wonderful structure. When somebody was inducted into the company, for 2 months there will be a senior management person, either from that particular vertical or department or some other department, who knows everything about the company. And obviously, when the new person needs to know something about anything, some process or something, he doesn't have to go back to his boss every time. So this person is called a buddy, and this buddy is going to guide him through completely and make him feel at home. This activity actually helped us in building our organization to a next level, where the attrition, which is pretty high in the transport industry, came down to very nice levels. So this is something which I wanted to share. So I am really looking forward for engagement activities, specific activities which can make an employee feel at home, or rather feel at office while still working from home. So if anybody has ideas or suggestions, please
Sure. So there is one suggestion which we could do is like small weekly talks, like could be on anything. So there could be some group of people who are interested in stocks. There could be some good people who are interested in talking about investment, savings, or about farming, or about the designing, right? Whatever their area of interest, right? Maybe like chai pe charcha kind of things. So we can like at least have one weekly session. Like this is what we are doing at least, which is going good. Like slowly we are seeing the people joining these groups, because this is like fun time. It's not like anything related to work, right? At least the people are. It's like a stress buster. They come out of their work, or maybe it's good. It's their fun time where they can talk about their own interest. Like if they have something about gardening which they want to talk, right? They can talk about gardening and help others as well. So create such kind of platforms. I think it's all about, again, I know this is again still virtual, but having these platforms like where they can talk about of their own area of interest, and they receive some knowledge. So maybe this is one example which we could do.
Okay. Thank you so much, Guru Raj sir, and thank you so much, Anand sir. I'm seeing Mr. Devbag raising his hand. Sir, you can speak now. Mr. Devbag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to respond to Sujata's question, but I also want a clarification from one, maybe two people about my question that I posted, which is, how do you perceive an employee? What is your attempt to respond to Sujata's question? Is that okay?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Okay. So, anyone here going to respond to Mr. Dev's answer?
Who would like to go first?
Yeah. Mr.
Not
Gururaj?
answer question.
Maybe if you could elaborate this question, Mr. Dave Bag, I could try to respond to this.
Sir, you can elaborate your question a bit. It would be great to understand it more clearly.
How do you perceive an employee? What is your definition? How do you perceive an employee? What is your definition of an employee? Needs no elaboration.
So, perceive an employee in terms of its work or general behavior, or like that's what I think.
Whatever. Say whatever comes to your mind. When I use the word perceive, it means it's a perception, right?
Okay.
That's all it is. So say what comes to mind.
All right. So I mean, definitely, if you see, I mean, it depends two things. Okay, like when we have a new person when we are joining, I know like HR, they mostly focus everything to do their best to get that position hired, right? So definitely when they look for a person, right, and every company has its own culture, and they always look for some cultural fit as well, right? And when we turn him as an employee is when he has joined the organization. Like, I mean, I'm just maybe I may be wrong, but I'm just trying to put my thoughts here, right? So when he joins, he is an employee, right? And so before that, he is still a candidate for us, and people, the moment he joins, he is an employee, right? And every employee is similar. There is no difference between any employee or anything. So only thing is, like, we know that during these virtual, it is a little difficult for people because we have seen this. Historically, we have seen at least in this virtual hiring, the 100% conversion rate of them as an employee has been reduced drastically. So what I meant is, like, there are chances that people tend to leave the organization very immediately, maybe in a week or a couple of weeks. And this is what I have seen in the organization, even the other organizations as well, right? And why is this? Again, because there is no physical connection, or there is nothing that we have talked to them, or this makes it a little difficult, or maybe the uncomfortable places. I don't know. I mean, how it goes with because every situation is different. It's not the similar thing. But when we say as how we pursue as an employee is, again, when he joined, he is a family of that organization. He is a family of organization, and definitely is treated as a family. So that's what I would say. So how we pursue is family. Again, in an organization is a family, and as a family member, we are looking as taking care as a family and helping him, supporting him. So this is what I would respond.
Thank you, Gururaj. Anyone else would like to respond?
Hi, Dave. Ananta Krishnan again.
Please go ahead, sir. Yes, just give me a second. Let me disconnect this. My dentist is not going to let me live alone. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, brother.
Right. You could look at it as in stages. The first month, the employee is basically a roll number and a name. And maybe 3 months later, there's an appraisal, and you have some idea about what that person. There is some record about it. After the first year appraisal, you have a designation and a quality which the person has demonstrated.
Hello, sir, we can't hear you.
Yeah, Anand, I think we just lost the last portion of what you said.
All right. So basically, the first 3 months, it is a name, number, and designation. After that, you probably have an assessment of the person's performance, and then you have an impression about what that person is all about. After the first year, you have his performance, his designation getting changed, and again, this name and number always remains the same. That is how a senior management or a HR would actually look at an employee. So this is one portion of it. What has to be looked upon is the employee as one single unit which includes his family, his wife, his mother, father, children, all put together. And that's when it becomes really complete. Any organization or a manager or a HR team member who's able to come and look upon the person not as an individual but as a family which he is responsible for, and take care of him in areas where he doesn't expect, is ideally the employee.
I get it.
Yeah. Ideally, we are looking at something like what Tata has been pushing forward as employee first. So that's something which I like.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take 60 seconds, not wait for an opinion, because my dentist wants me in his office to fill up a hole in my mouth. So I'll take 60 seconds, okay? And I will explain what I know and what I've learned. Let me take 3 seconds to tell you who I am. My profile and Shishir Gupta's profile are very similar, right? The programmers, 25 years in the industry, I worked in 5 countries. I don't run startup lanes, I run in Bangalore lanes in the morning. That's all I do. Now, what is crucial to understand is when you look at leadership, and this question and this response is to Sujata's question about remote. When you look at leadership and when you look at, and this is not something you'll find in Google or Quora or anyone else. When you look at leaders, you look at Gandhi, you look at Pol Pot, you look at Hitler, you look at Mussolini, you look at Idi Amin, you look at Nelson Mandela. The one thing that they could do, which is very important, is they could take their mission and make it someone else's. Right? That's how they created a movement. When you run a company, you need to make sure that you provide your employee a goal. Because when you do that, that employee becomes your partner. That is why I asked, how do you perceive? When he becomes a partner, he will do whatever it takes, not what the job description says, to get that job done. Okay? I have 30 more seconds, guys. If you have any questions for me, I will continue. Otherwise, I gotta run. Otherwise, I'll miss him, and then he gets busy, and then the whole thing goes up.
I have a simple question, but I guess the answer would be tough. How do we do that?
So I wanted to
give me a call. I'll let you know. Okay. Any other questions?
May I speak for a second?
So please put your number.
Yes.
Please put your number in the chat box.
May I speak regarding the same topic for a
Sure,
second?
sir. So, Mr. Anil Singh, you can speak on this.
Yeah.
Just 1 second before you do.
Yeah,
I just
sure.
wanted to say bye. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much for
If you
joining
can
us.
please
sir.
leave. Dev
Thank
sir,
you,
you
Liz.
can here for a second.
Say something else, na?
Okay,
Dev.
go for it.
Dev
Go
sir,
for it.
please be here for a second.
Yeah, please go ahead,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Even I have the same perception. When I was expecting the same answer. Really, while hiring a people, we should first see if.
Sir, can you open your camera? It would be a great help. Mr. Anil Singh, sorry for interrupting you, but can you please open your camera? It would be a great help for us.
Anil, just talk. I'm not interested in looking.
Okay. Yeah.
Fine.
Sure.
So I believe if my employee believe in my vision, when I'm hiring someone, I have to look after him, but he has to believe in my vision. If he believe in my vision, my mission, about my company, definitely.
Good, you nailed it. Nailed it.
So,
that's exactly how you do hiring. You don't go after certifications, you don't go after things. You look at if that guy can buy into your vision, you got the right guy.
That's what I just wanted to tell. Thank you so much, sir.
More than welcome. Can I go?
Yes, sir. Sure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry about leaving early. And what is your name? Your name is how do I say your name? 1 second. Wait, hold on. Not Janu here. Startup Lanes Official.
Okay.
What is your name?
My name is Asta. I'm the community manager in Startup.
Yeah. Wait, hold.
Yeah.
Send me an invite, can you, on this,
Okay.
so that you don't have to WhatsApp me 5 minutes after the call starts.
Okay.
And I won't miss the invite. Okay.
Okay.
My
Sir.
email ID is on the chat. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great
Sure.
day.
We'll do that. Thank you so much, sir. Have a great day. Okay.
Everybody.
So, is there anyone else who have any question, or anyone else who is going to answer something, or anyone else who wants their topic or discussion to be started? Can we have a discussion with Roshan Singh? Sir, you want to ask or you have to answer something? Hello? Okay. So, Guru Raj sir, anything else like you would like to put in, or something you think which is essential for a organization to keep their employee engaged?
Yeah, I mean, I would just iterate the same thing. It's all about energy, keeping the employee spirit high. So have these online engagements a lot, because it's very difficult, and it's even depression as well. It's like it's rightly said that many people, their friends or families, they have been impacted with this COVID, right? So one or the other are in depression. So don't put stress more on work. So help them to help them to build a good relation. Try to bring their energy more than work. I think psychologically that has been impacted a lot. So put people first, as many of us said. Put people first. Have these online engagements. Talk to people. So in my organization, even they have organized a one-to-one discussion with the psychologist as well. Like have this discussion with I don't know how, if you all can do that. Your organizations, you can try to have the sessions with the people who can talk about mind, talk about what engagements they can do at their own, right? So we can arrange such things to make people involved, right? So that's all.
Okay, so you have earlier mentioned a game, something from
Kahoot. Kahoot is an
sorry.
online game. Yeah.
So can we have a brief discussion on what is exactly Kahoot?
So it's an online game where we can put some puzzles or quizzes or questions of different topics or interest. So then randomly people can join through their mobile. So it's kahoot.it or something. So people can join with a common game pin, right?
Okay.
And somebody can be an organizer, and there will be some, like you can run for 10 seconds or 20 seconds each question. Then you can display, like it's an online platform quiz kind of thing. And you can choose your own question.
How to find this game?
Kahoot, you can just create that. You can just register and create it. So I think for the free, I think there is some limitations with number of players.
Mr. Saurabh,
Kahoot.it. So I'll just ping the URL for that.
Yeah, it would be great help if you ping it in the chat box.
Yeah, ma'am. I was having a question.
And there is something called as Drawing
sure.
Saros or something. So there is something called as Drawing Saros. There is another URL. I will try to see, and I will try to share this with the Startup Lanes. They can share that. That is also one of the fun game. If you remember, we used to play the Damsharas, right? So it's a picturized Damsharas.
Yes.
Like you draw some picture and then identify it, right? So even we can do that as well.
Okay, sir. So, Mr. Saurabh, is there anything you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I was asking for the same question which sir was saying, like the activities and virtual activities.
Yes.
I think I'm done with the answer. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Okay. So, anyone else here just wanted to join this discussion, or any question or any answer?
Hi, this is Janvi. I'm a student and I'm planning to pursue a career in HR. So I just wanted to know that how can we take the mental health into consideration in today's time? Because most of the people are working at home and they are feeling lonely. There is no team lunches and everything. So how should we go about it? How should HR take that into consideration and think about the mental health and the mindset of people so that it increases productivity in turn?
Okay. So, good question, Janvi. Is there anyone else who would like to answer this? To the question Mr. Janvi had. Mr. Roshan Singh, would you like to answer the question? We can't hear you, Mr. Roshan Singh. We can't hear you. Hello, sir. We can't hear you. Sir, hello, Mr. Roshan Singh. We can't hear you.
Janvi, are you looking for some mentor? I mean, I just couldn't. Can you just please reiterate the question if there is anything that I can answer?
Yeah.
Janvi,
So my
please,
question is
can
that,
you?
yes, I'll ask the question again. So my question here is that how should we, in order to increase the productivity of each and every person as an employee, which in turn will help in the growth of my company, how should I take the mental health into consideration? As most of the people have mentioned that people are in depression, they are feeling lonely, they're not able to work because there were team lunches which were happening earlier, there were certain kind of activities, but now it's only laptop and people are staying at home only. We cannot move from one room to another. So in order to increase their productivity, how can I look at their mental health? So should I conduct any kind of sessions, or if you can just help me with that?
Yeah. So I think these sessions are really important, and I think this is good. I think this is the point which I even mentioned, like some sessions with the employees would help, right? So maybe what I can do, January, is like I can help you to connect my HR. I think I know exactly what they are doing it. I think there are some sessions. Maybe if you want, I can just help you with that.
Sure, that would be great, sir. I would like to have the email ID just mention in the chat box.
Sure, Jan.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Guru Raj sir. So, is there anyone else who have any question, or someone else who wanted to ask anything or answer anything, or any open discussion would like to have? Is there anyone else? We have so many people in our participants. Kirti Dutt, Mrs. Kirti Dutt, can we have something from your side?
Asta, can I shoot one question here?
Sure.
Hi sir, I'm Shashira from Startup Links as well. Well, I do have one question. Earlier, I've been working as an intern in a few organizations wherein there was one thing missing due to COVID, that was structure of a company or a startup or anything. So this was majorly affecting the work performance of every employee in the COVID duration. So how this can be curbed? Like, do you have any do you have any solution or any thoughts on it so that we could actually work on it? So anything would actually be helpful. I hope you got my question here.
Yeah, so I think this is a very good question, but really I'd like to discuss a lot about this, right? So it's all about, again, the mindset, Shashira. So I mean, we hire a person based on his knowledge and skills, right? And then again, we are concerned about his performance, right? So if you ask me, in my organization, we do not rate people, right? So we do not rate people, and everybody's hike is very transparent, and it's not been rated by the managers, it's rated by the team members. So maybe what we can do is, maybe we can discuss this on a separate session itself, like how maybe we can do this as a separate session where how we can do the performance appraisal, right? Or how we can do the appraisal system for the maybe that's the next gen, like we don't do the bell curve, or we don't do ratings 1 or 2, or so that we have left it long back.
I completely understand, but a brief about this would actually be helpful in the session, so that everyone here would actually be
okay. So if I just had to say it's the reason for being in the company, right? Like why you are here, right? So there is a goal, right? There is a goal that why you are here and what you want to achieve by yourself, right? So what we do is we ask the employees itself, like what is the reason that they are here and what are their goals. They set their own goals of their own timelines and they work on it, right? There is nothing called as top-down approach. Like as a manager, I tell, okay, you have to do this. or some of the managers or senior managers, they say, okay, this is your goal, you have to do this. No, nobody's enforcing you to do what to do, right? By your own knowledge, what do you think that is required for your nature of work that you are doing, as how you want to improve from yourself, right? You set up all those goals, right? And then you work on your goals. And there are people around you, like the team members who are already working on such goals, then they would give feedbacks like, okay, like you have to improve on this, you have to do this, you have to do this. So every monthly once we do a review feedback between the team members, and they give feedback, okay, this is working well, okay, you improve on this, right? Then if we see any person who is not at all been improving or not at all been making his goals as taking seriously or anything, then maybe that is the person who is not going to get high. But there is nothing called as 2 or 3 rating or 4 rating. Like everybody would get the same hike, and this is how we do. And yeah, maybe it's lot of thought process behind that concept. Maybe we can maybe most of you have heard about Ikigai. So if you would go back, try to search about Ikigai, okay, the reason for being. So just try to understand that. I think that is what we do in our appraisal process.
Okay, that's really
yeah,
great.
it's about the team.
Okay. Thank you so much. It was great. So especially thank you for giving us the topic for the discussion of our sessions. We'll definitely do a discussion on the topic which you have mentioned earlier. So I would also like to ask you something to everyone present here. So in the COVID situation, it has been seen that when we hire someone, for example, as an intern, when we are hired, so we have to experience about how a corporate company works. But during COVID, we are not able to know about the system. Like we are not able to get a proper training about how you should work or else. I think it's a company who is running behind their profits or something, I don't know. But the day we join, we have to start our work. Like we are not giving proper training. Like for example, some companies are not giving a proper training. They are just hiring people and they are just telling them to work. They are not taking our opinions. Like they are not asking us like, what are your opinions, how you are going to work or something else. So do you think employees' opinion matter a lot in our organization?
Yeah, indeed. I would let others also to speak about this.
Yeah.
But yes, that's true. Indeed, employees first.
Yeah.
That's the reason HR is present.
Okay.
So, I guess HR is responsible for taking care of the employee engagement, and employees should be feeling happy to be in their company, not just working for the money behind and running behind the money they give. They should feel happy to be part of something, that should, give them goosebumps that I'm going to do this for this company. I'm going to be part of this company which is bringing some change or which is making something better. Something like that.
Yeah, correct. Okay, thank you so much for answering, sir. Okay, so is there anyone else who wanted to ask something or anything?
This is Kirti. I have a question. Okay. I am not sure if I am going to be off topic, but so I wanted to know when companies hire, people, there is a certain expectation from each person, but what does a person consider when somebody is hiring somebody who's on a break and willing to join back? Instead of hitting around the bush, let me give you my example. So I have a gap of like 4 years now, due to some personal reasons. I could not upskill myself, and I'm not in a position right now to upskill myself as well. But I have a certain years of experience, and companies do not look at my profile at all, considering I have a 4-year gap. So my question is, people talk about, look at the person's experience, skills are probably not that important and stuff like that. So how do you even consider a profile like this? What would you look at it? And if you're hiring somebody, how can somebody like that move forward is my question. I'm not sure if I'm clear. But if somebody could answer this question of mine, because I know a lot of people who have a gap, who had certain skill sets, but technical skill sets or software skill sets which probably are not into picture right now, considering the gap that they have. So how and maybe they don't have the provision to upskill themselves right now. So what would somebody like that do to get into the industry again?
The question here, what skill set do you carry?
So my skill sets was mostly I was into customer service, I was into a BPO. There was nothing much during my career that I had an opportunity to upskill myself, or probably I did not consider at that moment. But I was mostly into customer service, into client management, into people management. And my last job was as a project manager, but it was not into software. So now when I have to get into a job, all these project manager jobs, though the project manager is not going to do anything related to the software part of it, but they want somebody who has certain skill sets. It is like they do mention in the profile that we want somebody we are okay if somebody has a gap, but then the skill sets that they mention, the software skills that they expect, is obviously somebody who with a gap is wanting to join would not have. So
so what do you think, Kirti, then what is missing that what we can fix it? What is the immediate fix, or what is the only thing which is in our control?
So upskilling myself right now, like I said, is not something that I can invest in. Okay, considering my personal issues, I cannot upskill myself. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely, Kirti, like any person who is hiring, they definitely would like to match their skills first, right? If there is a position which is open, definitely, because there is something which is need, and definitely they will look for that position, or at least they will look for some basic skills which they have that, and they will try to train them, at least that they can do. So what I would like, maybe I don't know, I'm not an HR, but still what I know about is like I do screen the profiles as well. But when I do this, definitely when I look for some profiles, if there is a specific job that I'm looking for the opening, then I look for the profiles which are having those skills. And in this competitive world, definitely they always look for the skills itself. Like, I mean, like people are not ready to invest on trainings as well. Maybe the big companies, they do, but not the small companies or the startups. Definitely, they don't tend to put money in the trainings initially because they look for the skilled person. They take them and they put on job board directly. Right? Maybe the other organizations, like maybe the MNCs like Wipro, TCS, Infosys, right? They do hire with the people with the skills, with the basic skills, and they undergo rigorous trainings. Right, even they can change from north to south as well. Like they can completely turn their skills itself. Right, even if that is not a specific job that they are looking. Right, they do these things. So maybe we should look for such opportunities if there are any such organizations where who are looking as an like maybe you should start your career as an like if it is as a fresh career. Maybe the experience would help you. But yeah, like as a skill, you should think it as a new career. Yeah, we should just accept whatever we are going to start if it is a new thing. Like, it's never late to start even upskilling as well. So we can do that. There is a lot of, you don't need to invest as well. There is a lot of free things that we can do up to upskill ourselves. There is huge source for us to upskill if we really want to do that, right? So just take these little steps, I would say, like look what you are looking, what you are interested for, pick that thing, put it to the source of internet, try to get a lot of information. Upskill yourself, and in case if requires certification, I think that may be the only investment that you need to do. I think that's the quick win. Otherwise, yeah, again, I know I don't think there is any organization who will just take the cross skills and try to hire. They don't do that. You still there, Kirti?
Yeah.
Will I make a point here? Just to add,
are you going to add up something here?
Yeah.
Just to add.
Okay. Please go
I
ahead.
think.
Okay, Mr. Samir, sorry, you are adding something?
So I think for Kiki, just to add to what was already said. ETC upskilling is something that you said is not in your repertoire, or maybe due to some reason you are unable to upskill yourself, right? Now, there are many organizations which hire, and especially I know, at least for myself, we hire for attitude rather than for skills, right? Now, of course, skills are important for the job, but more importantly is the attitude, right? And during an interview, I think that is one of the most important things that should be checked, right? Because different organizations, they have their own cultures, right? And for people to mix into that culture and to also understand the culture of that organization, be ready to put in their best, is all that the organizations are looking for. Because eventually, yes, there are many organizations, I agree with you, who look at it only from this point of view that there is so much gap in your education, so they will not consider your profile. But trust me, there are many organizations who do not look at this as a parameter. And especially in HR, we if there's a skill set which is matching, forget about the years of experience, and if there is a person who's telling us that they're starting their career afresh, we respect it. And I think there are many such examples. So that is something that you should focus on. First, you need to decide on what you need to do in life, in terms of what kind of a role or job that you're looking out for. And then upskilling comes as a next option, because you mentioned your variety of experience, right? So you need to first make up your mind on which industry and which kind of role that you want. So that's just my.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Samir. So, Mr. Ram, you were adding something.
I would like to add, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So first thing, what she was trying to say is that people, when people are on break, companies do not tend to hire them, because one thing to be speaking, don't mind, I'm trying to speak raw. If a car, it does not work, or if it has a break and it's 4 to 5 years, it does not move, it's the same place, and after that, if you try to sell it, then obviously you go for a low price rather than the car which is already is on running. In the same way, she can try on to show the companies that she's still on the ground, she's still having that skill set which she used to have before. She can work on some projects and show the company that I have worked on these projects, saying that these are the outputs, these are the benefits of this project, and she can try to show the company that she is having that skill set which she used to have before. And 4 years of gap is kind of a very huge one, because in 4 years, some people, they can even forget what they were following. For example, if you take in project management, they're having this Scrum Master kind of thing. So is there a Scrum Master, the methodologies, or they might have forgotten it, and the company should know that the person did not forget what methodologies they've been using or the skills they had. They did not teach them. So for them to know that, you can show maybe some project, or you can do freelancing and say them that in this startup or in this intern I've done this, and show them some proof that she still has the same game in her. And the second point being company. I remember one second. She said something in the second half of our question. Does anybody remember? Forgot actually. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. There's a lot of disturbance.
Okay, yeah, I'm actually in the car. So I'm just trying to say that she, in the second part of her question something in the second word. Can somebody repeat that question?
Okay, so Mr. Katie, Mr. Ram is asking you to repeat your second part of the question. So can you do that, please?
This.
Mr. Katie.
Kirti, are you there? Here? I guess we lost her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost her. So
Okay.
maybe you could
It's
take
alright,
that
that-
sometime. Yeah, that would actually be helpful.
Yeah, that's
Okay. So is there anyone else who wanted to ask something? Any questions or anything else which we can discuss here? Okay. So I hope, is it okay? That's it for the day, or is there anyone else who wanted to ask something?
I have a question.
Okay.
Never we say and then all sit together and have fun.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir, but we can't hear you because there are lots of disturbance. Hello,
Mr. Ram, is it possible for you to type in the chat box or
would be a great help. Mr. Ram,
because
you can type
there is a
your-
lot of disturbance.
Yeah. Okay, sure. So Mr. Ram is going to type, and on behalf of Mr. Ram, I would speak out the question. Let him type. Okay, so Mr. Ram is asking that employee engagement can never be the same in online rather than offline. So, Mr. Ram is how can we make it as effective as possible in online, that is on virtually? So, anyone who's going to answer, I will just repeat the question once again.
Ground rules: turn on your videos, turn on your mic, speak.
Yes.
Yeah. Increase the video connectivity. So that's missing, which is I can see on here in Startup Lines as well.
Yes. So employee engagement can never be same in online rather than offline. So how can we make it effective as possible in online? So this is the question by Mr. Ram. Anyone else who is going to answer this, or who is going to discuss this? Mr. Anil sir, Mr. Girish Agrawal, Prabhu B, Mr. Prabhu B, or Mrs. Vinita Rawat. Sorry. So anyone of you can answer this. Or Mr. Guru Raj Patil, sir, you can also answer this.
Yeah, I mean it cannot be same, but yeah, as I said, we should try to have these effective communication. So communication is the only key thing here, because that's the only place where we are all meeting when we are virtually working. Right? So, and near time, it is never going to happen that we are going to meet in the office. So yeah, like online engagements, that's through our communications. Try to have as much as possible as video calls, right? Rather than using the emails or having chats. So just try to have these discussions online through video calls rather than just having voice calls. So I think that's the minimum thing that we should start doing that would help us to bring little connectivity.
And during these days, we have observed so many people, switching companies for money or switching companies for other benefit. How can we make the employees, feel the company is theirs rather than giving importance to the money? What else can we make the employees feel so that they will retain the company even if the salaries are less? Or obviously, if the salary is even 10 lakhs, there will be other company who can offer them 12. There will be if their salary is somewhere around 12 lakhs, there will be some other company who will be offering them more than that. So what other than salaries, how can we retain them back and make them happy both at the time?
Okay. So here's another good question asked by Mr. Ram. Anyone else who's going to answer this? anyone can answer. Okay. So I think we can have an answer from Guru Raj Patil sir. So please go ahead.
Yeah. So again, it's all about perks, right, Ram? Like, I mean, what is the benefit that I'm getting here? Like, why I am here, right? So salary is one part, right? The other part, there are so many factors, like how you are being treated in the office, or how is the office, like totally, like with the employees, the management, right? So maybe that could be one part, and the salary is definitely the other part. The other part would be the other different perks. Right? How the company is giving the other facilities, like maybe the work from home, the timing flexibilities, right? So if you see many organizations during this time, they are giving the COVID leaves, right? That's not a small thing. Anybody who is getting a paid 14-day leaves is not a joke for any company, because it's very difficult to get additional 2 days of leave, but we are getting 14 days of leave if there is a COVID, right? And these are something which are the organizations which are thinking as people first or employees first, right? So such things will make us to feel okay, this is what or the right place that we are here, right? So like organizations who are giving vaccinations for their families, right? Their families, their siblings, free of cost, right? They are bearing the cost. I think these small acts from the employers also will make the employees to feel that they are being treated as family and they care about them, right? It's all about care. If you love somebody, if you care about them, nobody will try to betray you, right? So they don't leave the organizations.
Okay. So thank you so much. So I think we should end this session here. I hope if anyone else have any question would like to know, or we should end this here. Okay, so thanking the panel speakers, especially Mr. Guru Raj Patil and Mr. Ram Samsani, and also Mr. Dev Wagh and Sujata Agrawal for actively participating, for enlightening all of us here with your knowledge in the field and field of employee engagement. So thanking everyone for joining the event today. Hope you all had a great session. So I hope you had a great knowledge about discussions about we did today. So
somebody posted a question in the chat.
Okay, let me check. Yeah, so Mr. Amrit Kumar is asking, in a small organization or startup, how to manage the conflicts within the founding members? So is there anyone who can answer this?
They need a facilitator. They just need a facilitator to discuss what it is all about.
Yes. So I think we can have a session on this the topic.
Yeah. So,
but still, anyone who can give a little brief or quick answer on this, it would be a great help.
I think somebody is speaking very feeble.
Okay, I think Mr. Anil Singh is speaking, I guess. So we can't hear you. Can you be a little louder?
Am I audible?
No, sir, your voice has not been audible. We can't hear you. Okay, I think we lost him. Hello, Mr. Anil Singh, can you hear us? Okay, so I think we lost him. So thank you so much everyone for joining here, and it was great to have you all, and hope you have earned something or you have gained any knowledge or anything. It will improve yourself and we will improve. So thank you for being here.
Thank you all. Thank you Startup Lanes.
Thank you all. Thank you Startup Lanes.
Being part of this session, it was great to have you all here. Thank you.